Recording in progress.
All right, welcome everybody. It's 1:30 on September 4th. Let's call the Board of Adjustments meeting to order. Can we please start with the determination of quorum?
Rob Pierce,
Present?
Pat Caldwell,
Present.
Peter Gashawn,
Present.
Kathy Julian,
Present.
Leo Harishny.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Jeez, okay. Thank you. Will you all please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Can we please have the ethics law and instructions for providing public comment, please?
Board members are reminded if, with respect to any matter or any person coming before the board today, you've received a gift or loan, you have a pecuniary interest, you have a commitment in a private capacity such as family, employment, business, or similar relationship, or if you've provided representation or counseling before an agency to a person or entity for compensation within the last year, you must disclose that gift, loan, interest, commitment, or prior representation at the time the matter is being considered. Furthermore, you must abstain from deliberation or voting on the matter if it's clear that the gift, loan, interest, commitment, or prior representation would materially affect the independence of judgment of a reasonable person. Members are also reminded under the Board of Adjustment rules, if you've had any contact outside this meeting with any person interested in a matter coming before the board, you should disclose the nature of that contact. This meeting is being held in the County Commission chambers and via Zoom. To attend via Zoom, log in using the link found on the agenda or by typing in zoom.us in the computer browser, clicking Join a Meeting, and entering meeting ID 872-1567-5749. This meeting can also be joined via telephone only by dialing 1-669-900-9128, entering the same meeting ID, and pressing pound.
Thank you. Could we please have the appeal procedure, Mr. Lloyd?
Yeah, most decisions rendered by the Board of Adjustment are appealable to the Board of County Commissioners. If you disagree with the decision of the Board of Adjustment and qualify as an aggrieved person or party, you may appeal in writing within 10 calendar days from the date that the decision being appealed is reduced to writing, filed with the Secretary of the Board of Adjustment, and mailed to the original applicant in the proceeding being appealed in accordance with Washoe County Code. Please call the planning staff immediately at 775-328-6100 for information on the appeal procedure and the application fee.
Thank you. This time I'd like to open up public comment. Do we have any general public comment?
We have one general public comment. Penny Brock.
Welcome. Please state your name for the record.
Good afternoon, Penny Brock for the record. I am the chair of the South Valley's Washoe Valley Citizen Advisory Board. As you may imagine, this issue of the needed fire station is very important to our citizens, especially after the Davis fire. We are without a needed fire station. So once I became the chair of the CAB, I was getting notices. However, I did not get a notice about Agenda Item A, which is from the Truckee Meadows Fire Protection District pertaining to a new fire station. So I did drop off a letter to Bob Pierce, your chair, and because our CAB was not noticed of this meeting, I would ask that this agenda item be postponed until the November meeting. The next meeting of our CAB is October 2nd, so we can inform them about this. And our citizens have been wanting to know what is going on. So I would ask that you table this agenda item until our citizens can be duly noticed. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any other public comment?
There is no further public comment in chambers and no hands raised via Zoom.
Okay. Mr. Lloyd, has there been an issue with noticing? Has all the proper noticing been sent out that you're aware of?
If I could have 5 minutes with legal counsel to
Sure.
determine. Thank you. We'll
Okay.
address that.
Okay, as you're looking that up, we will continue on. Item number 6 is approval of today's agenda. As it stands right now, we have lost 8B, amendment of conditions, case number WAC 25-0015 for the WSUP 23-0034 Team Pirate. That is going to be re-looked at the next possible date. I understand it's possibly next month. But other than that, we have no other changes unless Mr. Lloyd has anything. Okay. So with that, I move to approve the agenda with that one item being subtracted. Do I have a second?
Peter Gashon, I'll second.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. And then approval of the July 3rd draft minutes. Did everybody get a chance to take a look at those?
Kathy Julian, for the record, I didn't have them in my packet.
Okay. You didn't get them? Did anybody else not get them?
So that, Recording Secretary Adriana Brown, that was included in the email that they weren't sent this time because they were the same minutes that were sent previously, but they were linked in the PDF agenda. And that was stated in the email.
Okay. Would you rather we postpone this? We can wait. If you want, we can look at it again at our next meeting.
Yeah, that's.
You wanna do that?
Am I the only one who did not catch that?
No, you're not the only one.
That's okay. So at this time, I would like to postpone approval of the draft minutes from the July 3rd meeting until next meeting. If so, that's my motion. Can I get a second?
Kathy Julian, for the record, I second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, Mr. Lloyd, do you have anything for us on the fire station?
I do. I do have confirmation that the notices it was properly noticed, and
Okay.
that Ms. Brock, her name is certainly listed here as getting noticed for this item before you today.
Okay. With that said, then we will continue on with the agenda as it is written. So that brings us on to item number 8A, amendment of case number WAC 25-0013 for the Truckee Meadows Fire Department AC for the WSUP 23-0011. Mr. Lloyd, can you please announce that?
Absolutely. This is amendment of conditions, case number WAC 25-0013 for special use permit WSUP 23-0011 for hearing, discussion, and possible action to approve an amendment of conditions for special use permit number WSUP 23-0011 for a 4-year extension of time. And representing Washoe County in this matter is Senior Planner Chris Bronzik.
Chris, floor is yours.
Good afternoon, Chris Bronzik, Washoe County Planning. This is WAC 25-0013, and it's an extension of time for the Washoe Valley Fire Station for Truckee Meadows Fire Protection District. So it's located in Old Washoe City on a 6-acre parcel. The parcel is currently undeveloped. So this project did come before the Board of Adjustment in 2023, and it was approved. And they are currently seeking a 4-year extension of time. And the reason being is because of funding issues. So what the original SUP was for a 11,700 square foot single-story structure with apparatus bays, crew quarters, and ancillary storage. They also incorporated grading as part of this project. Before you use the site plan that was provided, the applicants did indicate that nothing changed between when the original request was made and when this extension of time is being requested. So this is their first extension of time. Staff does support their requested extension. And one thing to note is that this Truckee Meadows Fire does go through a standardized site plan and layout process, and so this fire station extension before you follows that same trajectory. And so fire stations 32 and 35 within the county have the same building layout and site plan. Part of the reason why is due to just general cost of living. So 5 years ago, they had a fire station that was quoted at roughly $10 million. The current fire station 35 that is under construction has a price tag of $16.3 million, and so with that added cost, added funding is necessary. So notice was sent out to 38 property owners within 600 feet of this property. Because it's an amendment of conditions, there is no neighborhood meeting that's required. And staff was able to make all the required findings and is making a recommendation of approval. And I'm available for any questions you may have.
Wonderful. Does anybody have any questions? No questions? Okay. At this time, let's open up public comment. Does anybody have any public comment on this matter?
I have Thomas Daly.
All right. Just please state your name for the record, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members. For the record, Thomas Daly, a resident of Washoe County, and I would ask that my comments be entered into the record of today's meeting. On the matter of the request for an extension of time for the now expired SUP for this project, there is some confusion, obviously, with respect to notice. The chair of the county of the CAB says she was not noticed by email. If there is a record of that, which it would certainly be interesting to see that put into today's record. Interesting, she is getting noticed of county commission hearings by regular mail. So there is some issue of notice. CABs are charged with responsibility to provide input from their citizens on projects before the Planning Commission, the Board of County Commissioners, and in this case, the Board of Adjustment. As a former elected member of this CAB and a former Washoe County Planning Commissioner, I am aware of the importance of having full discussion by all parties, most importantly from affected citizens and taxpayers, for multi-million-dollar projects such as the one before you today in their area of influence. To that end, I urge you to continue this matter until your November meeting to allow for that public input. At that time, the South Truckee Meadows Washoe Valley CAB will present testimony as to the wisdom of extending this SUP. There is no urgency to hearing this matter today. The applicant has indicated in the application before you that this fire station will not be built this year, next year, or likely ever. And further, you are not in possession of the latest plans by Truckee Meadows Fire for serving Washoe Valley. On Tuesday, Chief Edwards and Chief Kettering testified before their fire commission that a new plan for a fire station at a different location with better response and at a very much reduced cost is in the planning stages, and that is in progress. That testimony is available on the record. The video is posted on the county website if you wish to review it. Equity weighs in favor of a brief continuance to allow for public input. Common sense suggests an updated presentation from the applicant as to their plans for the immediate future. This is something that is likely to happen before Christmas. You are here to exercise independent judgment and should do so with the full participation of the public and the most updated information available. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any other public comment?
There is no further public comment in chambers and no hands raised via Zoom.
All right. Last chance for public comment. All right, not hearing any public comment, we're going to close that and we're going to bring it back to the board. Mr. Lloyd, you stated that according to your records that everybody or she was noticed on an email. So, okay. Just want to make sure that that's part of the record. And what, Chris?
Chair, if I may interject, notice was not by email, it was by actual mail.
Actual mail.
And notice was sent to the members of the South Truckee Meadows Washoe Valley Citizens Advisory Board, specifically Nicole Harris, Drew Rebar, Penny Brock, Marge Franson, Brad Stanley, Natalie Christopher, Adolfo Correa, and Colleen Winans.
Okay. And that's what I have to go by. Chris, can I ask you a question? We are just here to give our approval or denial for a 4-year extension of time based upon what has already been presented. We are not here to look at any new plans, any new discussion, or anything like that. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so we're only here to approve or deny the 4-year extension of time on the case that's in front of us. So with that said, does anybody have any questions or discussion or anything?
Kathy Julian, for the record, I would appreciate some explanation of the comment that there are some fire department officials may not be supporting this plan or may be supporting another plan, just as a matter of inquiry. Do you have any information about this?
So Truckee Meadows Fire never reached out to me about new designs or new plans. This is the plan that was approved in 2023, and this is the plan that, based off of this application and extension request, is moving forward.
So if they were to come up with a different plan, they could, of course, abandon this plan and move on to a request for a new plan, if they wish.
Yes, but depending on how different that plan is from what is currently being reviewed, it may be another amendment of conditions to their existing special use permit or a brand-new special use permit and a brand-new public process.
Okay, thank you.
And Chair Pierce, Truckee Meadows Fire Representative Jay Swayak, I think it's pronounced, is online if you would like to ask him any questions as well.
Nice.
All right, I'll allow it this time. What would he just wants to know if we have any questions for him.
He's a
correct?
representative, so
Okay,
yeah,
all
I
right.
like that.
I think for me, it's pretty clear what we're here to approve or deny. Does anybody else have any other questions from the board?
I actually do. Is there any harm in actually delaying the decision until the CAB can meet, that it doesn't hurt the process? They don't have the financial resources at the moment. And so is, a delay until November going to cause an issue?
If I may, the role of the CABs have changed over the last several years. Initially, the CABs were reviewing all development projects, but that's no longer the case. Now, projects like this require a neighborhood meeting and going through the whole neighborhood meeting process. It's very rare that a CAB will review a development project of this nature, so I don't know what benefit it would be to delay the hearing today and push this off a month or two. Obviously, that's the purview of the Truckee Meadows Fire Department, the representative, and certainly you can ask them that question. But in terms of meeting legal procedure, all legal procedures have been met, and you're welcome to move forward.
Okay. I would like to hear then what the Truckee Meadows Fire representative has to say.
For the record, my name is Jay Swiak. I'm Division Chief from Truckee Meadows Fire. We're asking for an extension of the special use permit as it stands right now. We have started an evaluation of different options, but we have not completed that evaluation fully. And we're also still reviewing new sources of funding as we're moving forward with this project. So we're seeking the extension on this project as it stands. If this project were to change as far as the design criteria, or even if we were not going to build on this site, because other options developed to be more feasible, then we would pursue that at a later date. But right now, we just want to make sure that the special use permit is actually extended.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, does anybody else on the board have any questions or comments or anything? Okay, with that, then I'll open it up for a motion.
Peter Gashon for the record. I move that after giving reasoned consideration to the information contained in the staff report and information received during the public hearing, the Washoe County Board of Adjustment approve amendment of conditions case number WAC 0013 for Truckee Meadows Fire Protection District, with the conditions included as Exhibit A to this matter, having made all 5 findings in accordance with Washoe County Code Section 110.810.30.
Great. This is Rob. I'll second that. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you. Moving on to 8C. This is a special use permit, case number WSUP 25-0015 for Incline Village Nursery School. Mr. Lloyd, could you please announce that?
Yeah, for hearing, discussion, and possible action to approve a special use permit for a daycare center per Washoe County Code, Section 110.220.145, for the purpose of establishing a preschool for up to 15 children ages 3 to 5 years old, through Monday through Friday from 8:45 a.m. to 1:45 p.m. and closed during the summer months. Representing Washoe County in this matter is planner Julie Olander.
Hi, Julie.
Good afternoon, Julie Olander for the record. So as Mr. Lloyd said, this is a special use permit for a daycare center for preschool for kids 3 to 5 years old, for up to 15 kids on Monday through Friday, 8:45 to 1:45, and they'll be closed during the summer months. So this daycare is going to be located off of Tahoe Boulevard off of Incline Way, which is off of Tahoe Boulevard. So on the left is sort of an overall view, and then on the right is sort of a close-up view of the complex. The daycare will have a total staff of 3 members, including the director, and the school is overseen by a board of trustees. The school's moving from St. Patrick's Episcopal Church, where it had been located for 27 years. The lease expired, and they were not. The lease was not renewed with them. So here's an overall site plan showing where the playground area is going to be located, and then also where the daycare is located within the building. The 1,143-foot site is located in an office complex, and there are other suites with other commercial uses in the buildings. The fenced area, which is they're shown in the pit photo, is where that will be used for the playground, and they're going to put in ground covering, and then they have outdoor equipment that they've moved from the other location that they were previously at, including climbers, playgrounds, teeter-totters, and those will be installed in this playground area. The site has 3 designated parking spaces that were included in the lease, and those will be for the employees, and there is additional parking there for the public as they drop the kids off. Washoe County Code requires 1 space per employee during peak employment shifts, and then 1 off-street parking for every 8 students. And the site provides that. The applicant is planning to relocate a sign that was on the old location at the new site, and they're going to put it on the west side of the building facing the parking lot, so it'll be well signed. No neighborhood meeting was required for this use. 43 parcels were noticed. I didn't receive any emails, phone calls, or any contact at all concerning the nursery. Various agencies reviewed the application and those comments are included in your staff report, and then those with conditions are included in the conditions of approval. Staff is able to make all the 4 required findings as shown in the staff report and recommends approval.
Wonderful.
And the motion is available here. Also, the applicant's representative is available if we have any questions for the nursery, the school itself, and I'm available for any questions.
Okay, thank you. Does the applicant have a presentation? Do you have a presentation? No.
She's available for questions.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions?
Just one question. Was there a neighborhood meeting held for this?
No
Or it's not?
neighborhood meeting wasn't required.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, let's open up public comment. Do we have any public comment?
There's no public comment in chambers or via Zoom.
Okay, let's call for public comment. Seeing none, we'll close public comment, bring it back to the board for discussion or questions. Do we have any discussion?
Kathy Julian, for the record, as a resident of Incline Village, I'm just happy that our children will have a nursery school again. So, all very good.
Okay. We don't have any other discussion?
One more question.
No, go ahead, sorry.
Could you tell me, Peter Gashon for the record, could you tell me a little bit more about the off-street loading space? So it's a small office complex. I have 2 small children, and we drop them off at school. It's hell getting in and out of the school because the code may designate a certain number of spaces for employees, but then you have 15 cars arriving at 8:30. Is there any interruption to the other businesses, and is there a designated drop-off space allocated to this particular condo unit?
Julie Olander for the record. I think the applicant could probably address that a little bit better if she wouldn't mind coming up. Just state your name and then answer the question if you can. Thank you so much.
Nicole Sterling, for the record. Yes, we have, there is a drop-off zone that goes behind the building. We're calling it an alleyway for all intents and purposes. And that's what we've worked out with our state licensor for drop-off. And the state and everybody on that side of our licensing is aware of our process for how we're going to work that. And it's not where the main parking lot is. It goes around the building and in between the buildings, and there happens to be a back door that leads right into our suite. So we'll have parents pull up and they can line up that side of the building and pull up and drop off and come on in.
That's perfect. Thank
Yeah.
you. That's all I had.
Leo Hirashny for the record. We went up to look at the layout, and so this was on a Tuesday, the middle of the day, likely about the time when possibly the pickup would be taking place, and there were tons of parking places open. As described, it's like a 3-way vertical drive access. So, I don't expect that any of the traffic will tax this location. And also just to notice that they're actually taking over a place that was a nursery school business, however that came about. So the location and the site has a history of nursery school traffic and so on and so forth. It shouldn't be.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions, comments? No? Okay, I'll open it up for a motion. Sorry.
I just want to correct that. I apologize, Board Member Julian. There was a neighborhood meeting, and I did not include in my staff report, but there was a neighborhood meeting for the site. And I could give you further information if you cared for that.
Oh, that'd be great.
I don't have it off. Trevor, do you have that quicker? I don't know if I can find it all. I could ask the applicant to come back up. Maybe, can you explain the neighborhood meeting? Tell us what happened.
Yes, we did indeed hold a neighborhood meeting. We
State
noticed.
your name for the record.
I'm sorry. This is Nicole Sterling for the record. We did hold a neighborhood meeting. It was on June 24th, I believe. We noticed, according to the Washoe County map that we were given, it was 175 residents or addresses that were noticed. We held the meeting. We did have 2 residents show up. It was recorded, and all of that information was uploaded to the neighborhood meeting hub, according to the Washoe County standards.
Yeah, it doesn't look like we have received any public comment from that meeting, though. So,
No, there was no public comment. There was one person that said into the recording that she was in favor of the process. Her name is Linda Offerdahl. And she was signed up we had the sign-in sheet, and she was signed in, also in the neighborhood hub.
Wow, wonderful.
Leo
Thank you.
Hirashny for the record. I'm just curious, I don't know if you know, was that woman, or were the 2 people there, were they actual homeowners or were they business owners? And the only reason why I ask that is this looks like a kind of roughly would be a mixed-use area, and it isn't critical. It would just be an interesting or a curious point, if it was businesses that had any comment, or if it were homeowners locally that had any comment about the application.
I know Linda Offerdahl is both a resident and a business owner, or a former business owner. She's been there forever. The other gentleman that showed up was the manager of Rayleigh's, and I believe he does live in Incline as well. I'm not positive where he lives, but those were the two folks that came.
Thank you.
Kathy Julian, for the record, I can speak to this. Linda Offerdahl is the executive director, I believe, of IVCBA, which is the Community and Business Association in Incline Village. And as stated, she's a longtime resident, as well as the owners of Raley's, or owners or manager or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else have anything? No? Okay, this time I'll open it up for a motion.
Okay, I'll be happy to. Kathy Julian, for the record, I move that after giving reasoned consideration to the information contained in the staff report and information received during the public hearing, the Washoe County Board of Adjustment approve with conditions special use permit case number WSUP 25-0015 for Incline Village Nursery School, with the conditions included as Exhibit A to this matter, having made all 5 findings in accordance with Washoe County Code Section 110.810.30.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Leo Harishny, for the record, I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you. All right, that brings us on to item number 9, nominations for the chair and vice chair. It's really a sad day for me, but I have termed out 2 years as the chair. I cannot be the chair anymore, at least for 1 year. And so I'd like to open up nominations for that. And I'd like to make the first nomination, if that's all right. I'd like to nominate Peter Gashawn, if he's willing to take on this position as the chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would, if so chosen by my colleagues.
All right.
Leo Harishny, I would second that motion.
All right. Do we have any other nominations? All right. So we have a motion and a second. All those in favor for Peter Gashawn to be the new chair, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Chair, you have to take over from here, according to the rules, yep.
Okay. Give me that gavel.
There you go. So you have to pick a vice chair and then carry on with the agenda.
Do we have any nominations for a vice chair?
Leo Harishny, I would nominate Kathy Julian for the vice chair.
If Kathy said she doesn't want it earlier when I asked.
All right. I did not know.
I would entertain the motion if you guys would do it as a vice chair. I can be a vice chair. So, but that's up to you guys.
Leo Harishny, then I would second that motion for Rob Pierce as vice chair for this.
Okay, that would be a motion then.
Okay. I move that Rob Pierce, current chair of the Board of Adjustment, be considered as the vice chair of the new Board of Adjustment going forward.
All right.
So we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second. Pat Caldwell, second.
All right.
All those in favor for Rob Pierce to be vice chair? Say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
You get a.
Yeah.
There you go.
Item 9B, future agenda items. Anybody have anything? Okay. 9C, request for information from staff. Anything? Okay. Director and legal counsel items. Report on previous Board of Adjustment items, Mr. Lloyd.
No items to report on.
And any legal information or updates?
The Jonathan Belfort appeal has been dismissed from district court at this point.
Wow.
Okay. Item 11, any public comment?
There is no public comment in chambers or via Zoom.
Okay, it is 2:05. I would like to call this meeting to be adjourned.
All right.